It's the final countdown. Ba-da-da-da. Oh. I mean, just don't know where to fucking start. I always say every good story starts at the beginning. So my question is going to be this. Does every bad story start at the end? Because, watch this, it's going to be very apropos. I think this could be the final end of Daniel Jones. I really do. He gave a statement after the game yesterday, and I thought it was kind of apropos. It was in reference to Daniel Jones and just basically what he thinks about his benching and stuff. So let's see if we can't find it here. Let's see here. It's not coming up. But I mean, he literally basically just said, "Well, this is Brian Daboll's team, and he could do what he wants to do." I was like, dude, you're terrible. You're god awful. People should look at you as the epitome of what not to draft in a quarterback. You literally should sit there and hold your breath every time Daniel Jones steps on that field. He'll have his moments of fluidity. He'll have his moments of lucidity. But then at the end of the day, he just can't get the job done. And that's it. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or coconuts. It's just reached to the part now that people are just defending Daniel Jones now to the point they're saying, well, he can't block, and he can't catch the ball, and he can't do anything else. I watched a quarterback yesterday with no ability to step up into the pocket and throw with any velocity. That's what I saw yesterday. I saw a quarterback that had Darius Slayton wide open in the middle of the field, had plenty of time to throw, and he steps up and throws it to the left of Slayton into the ground. And I love it because then it's, well, that was a drop by Slayton. Whatever crack people are smoking.
Gentlemen, what brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
Whatever crack people are smoking, I want some. Because it must be freaking phenomenal crack. How is that a drop pass by Darius Slayton when he's standing there in the middle of the field by himself? Your $160 million quarterback steps up into the pocket and fires a duck. Brrr. That's what he did. And he threw it down to the left into the ground, and Slayton would have to make a miracle catch to come up with it. He got his hands on it. He tried to trap it, and that was a drop on Slayton. And I got to sit there and hear, well, he has the most drop passes in the league. What are the most drop passes? Fuck you. Tired of it. Pimp named Slick back and drop into the big old super chat saying, where is the hope for this team? We're a tier below the Eagles. The Commanders look like they can compete for the number 1 seed in the NFC. The Commanders literally without Jaden Daniels, with Marcus Mariota. Yeah, I know it was the Panthers. Still look like an NFL franchise. And they look like they didn't really lose a step against the Panthers. You have a team that the defense is supposed to be the vaunted defense, and it looked good early. And then I saw a moron on Twitter go, well, the Eagles the Eagles offense isn't that great. I'm not impressed with the defense either. And I even said, what fucking game are you watching? I would say it was license plate guy. The ultimate homer. Know that. But what fucking game are you watching? That Eagle defense is starting to gel. They're extremely young, and they're going to be scary good. And you sit there and you have a team with Hurts, Brown, Smith, Barkley, even Gainwell, and the tight end that didn't play, and you lost the way you did, and you don't think the Eagles are very good? Take off the homer hat and stop smoking crack.
Gentlemen, what brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
I mean, seriously. This is the things that we are defending with Daniel Jones now. Well, that was a terrible drop pass. And I love it because then people are like, well, he didn't get benched. They're just preserving him for next week. No, he got benched. He got the proverbial sit your ass on the ground, sit your ass on the chair, because we don't want you on the field right now. That was a benching. That was not a preservation of Daniel Jones, because it's not like he is a first-year quarterback who we are trying to now preserve his thought his mental state because he was taking a beating. No. No. That's not it. That's not it, people. I don't know where people are getting this. I really don't. I really don't. I don't see it. Mike Lee says, well, there's a lot of hope at MetLife. Too bad it wasn't DJ, but he got benched. Sadly, the Miracle Mets did not continue. The Miracle did not continue. That's my sympathy for the Mets. Oh, let's get it on. Marvin says, good morning, Tim. Good morning. We're coming in early and hot today. This team quit in the second half. Awful look for Dable. I don't know what's up with Dable. I really don't know what's up with Dable. I don't know if he's lost this team. I don't know if he's the wrong coach for this team. I don't know if he truly understands the Jason Garrett effect, that the quarterback that he has is sadly not. Oh, thank you for the big old sticker, Don. You know, I love the big Don. I love big old stickers. Thank you, Don. So with the big old super sticker, but I don't know if he's the right guy for the team. I don't know. I don't know if I think it's the Jason Garrett effect. Jason Garrett. Look, I'm going to use this pen. I'm going to draw on the whiteboard. Jason Garrett literally understood what he had in Daniel Jones. He tailored an offense to Daniel Jones. Brian Dable did the same thing in 2022, and it worked to that 7-2 record, but then he finished out 2-5-1. And then it hasn't worked since. You went out and get Malik. Even Malik Neighbors, I was like, oh my God, Malik Neighbors is already pissed. How is the guy? And I jokingly told people by game 6, Malik Neighbors is going to ask for a trade. I said that on one of the streams. I was like, in week 6, he's going to ask for a trade. Well, it's week 6, and he basically told people to look at the tape. I was open. You got a quarterback, like I said, I'm befuddled by this. He literally cannot step up into the pocket and deliver the ball with velocity. You see some of these quarterbacks even Spencer Rattler with a flick of the wrist can drive the ball with velocity. Daniel Jones, since his second year here, I've seen his velocity do this. And I don't think it's due to the injuries. I just think he never truly had an above average NFL arm. And when you surprise people that first year, yeah, it's because they don't have tape on you. But then, like I said, he had his up game, and we talked about this his rookie year. And I kept telling the people, watch this. His game's going to go like this, and then he's going to have one game like this, and he's going to have another game like this, and he's going to go down like that. I'm still waiting for my apologies. I would like some apologies, please. So I got a lot of people out there told us we had no clue what we were talking about, that we had no understanding of New York Giant football. And we've had to hear it for years, and we've had to hear people tell us that we are wrong. And then these people break their ankles jumping off and on the train to Apologyville. There you go, guys. I want everyone to go on Twitter and post this form. Online Big Blue, Daniel Jones Lovers Apology Form. We are sorry, Tim. You have been right about DJ for 6 years. P.S. We will never doubt you again. I want this form signed. I want it signed. This is like a form for your teacher. I want it signed and returned to me. All the people out there. And I love it because then people are like, well, he's going to come back next week. He's going to start him. Of course he's going to start him. You paid him $160 million. He's going to make $200 million for this franchise. I like this. They threw a parade after the Seattle game. It just makes my head hurt. And unless this changes, as a season ticket holder, I'm not renewing next year. Fuck it. You can have my tickets. You can have my tickets. I don't want them anymore. Unless something changes. Don't want them. Don't need them. Don't want to continuously spend the money on this garbage, on this minutia. Thank you for sharing. Come again. Please don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Been a fan since 76. I lived through the Andy Robustella GM era. I lived through the Craig Mortons. I lived through the Jeff Rutledges. I lived through the Scott Bruners. Lived through the Kent Grahams. Lived through the Danny Cannells. I've seen this team in so many states. Lived through the Joe Pisarcik era. I've seen this team in such disarray, but I've never seen someone with so much, given so much, given so many opportunities, given so many chances, and fans continue, certain segments of the fan continuously go back to the well. Well, he's going to be fine. He'll be good. He'll be all right. He'll have a good, I've said this before about Dan Jones. He'll have a good game. He'll have a bad game. He'll have a good game. He'll have a bad game. But none of his good games are great. None of his good games are awesome. And it's the fact that Joe Shane has the inability to read this marketplace at any point in time. It's just crazy to me. How do you not read the marketplace? How do you not know what I love it to this day still. Well, no one's going to pay. No one's going to give Saquon Barkley anybody. Don't worry about it. Plus, I don't need a $45 billion running back. Hold on, I off to, excuse me, a $45 billion quarterback handed off to a $12 million running back. I don't need that. That's just garbage. No, Kevin, things aren't well. Things suck. That's how things are. 2-5 sucks. Soon to be 2-6 sucks. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it because, and I've said this a million times. I've talked to people about this a million times. This fan base is never going to heal. This fan base is never going to come together. This fan base is never going to be a cohesive unit again until you get rid of number 8. Because there is so much hatred and division with this guy, you have to move on. What's the super chat? Mr. Jackson says, every day I get more mad at people like Tana. They lie about the way they treated us for years. The Daniel Jones is better. Lamar rings in my head. Lamar, but Jackson's better. Bad dog. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback. We just signed Daniel Jones $160 million. Look at that playoff win. Look at that bad loss against Seattle. Look how terrible he's doing now. Make a fucking stand and keep there. Yeah, you can change your opinion on things, and I have no problem with people changing their opinion when the facts warrant itself, but to change it and then immediately unchange it and jump back on the wagon, you look like a lunatic. But you do it for the likes, the clicks, the bleeps, and the boops. How many times have we said that? I don't care about the likes. I don't care about the clicks. I don't care. I just give honest assessment of this team. Blackbird, I know you don't like Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. He's more than a mid-level quarterback. I just can't. It's just you got to get to a point where you got to say no. You got to stop. And I've reached that point. I was actually thinking about canceling my season tickets for next year today. Because why am I going to do this? Why am I making it rain when I'm looking at the Monday crowd at the strip club? I love Hurts as an Eagles fan. I love Hurts too. I liked Hurts since the day he came out. Since the day he's played, I have been saying, I said it on Bad Dog Show, I said it on everyone else's show, I like Jalen Hurts. I think he's a good NFL quarterback. You can't just look at what he does in reference to passing. You got to take account on the running, but you also have to take into account that he's the full package. And I believe Sirianni is a problem in Philadelphia too, Trenton. I do believe that. But he's the full package. He is a guy that team rallies around. He is the little brother. He gets knocked down. The offensive linemen are picking up by the tits on the shoulder pad and lifting him up. And people are still going to say, well, this is just because the offensive line, because, we lost Andrew Thomas. It wasn't just Azuda. Azuda was bad. The whole offensive line was bad because you want to know why? The defensive line of the Eagles is young and good. They have so many different pieces on the defense on the Eagles. They are starting to put it together. And that's scary. They're even more scary with number 26. We don't need a guy that just rushed for 170 plus yards and a touchdown. We don't need that fucking bum. I always go back to Hard Knocks. I always go back to that shit. Without Barkley, what is our franchise? What is our philosophy? What is the face of our franchise? Danny Numbnuts? No. Sorry. Tell them what they want, Gene. 6 years of futility. Azuda got beat like he stole something. He did. He stole something. He stole a fucking paycheck. That's what he stole. Mike Lee says, Dable has zero experience preserving his players. He plays them until they're hurt. I'm not even going to get into that. What do we got, Mr. Hartman? Does the thing that gets me is hearing people put the blame on the wide receiver drops or the coaching or literally anything besides a quarterback who can't accurately throw a 10-yard pass. He can throw a 10-yard pass. His yards per completion yesterday was like 4.5. The NFL average is 7.5. He's at 4. He's Danny Dunks. He's Danny 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And even when he throws deep, he either throws it short, low, or high. We've said this a million times about Malik Neighbors, and I said it before after he got the concussion.
Quarterback sucks, man.
Thanks, man.
You get me killed. Throwing high and across the middle.
And all the idiots that wanted Drew Lock. And all those idiots that wanted Drew Lock, man. I kept telling people with Drew Lock is not the answer. Hell, Drew Lock is not even the fucking question. He is not a starting NFL quarterback. Well, you know what everyone loves about Drew Lock?
Give me the honey.
Oh, yeah, I'm dancing on the sideline, man. Look at me. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can dance on the sideline. How about you play in the fucking game? How about that? And to blame the wide receivers for bad throws. Like I said, when I heard that Slayton non-catch was a drop, I was like, and I love the people go, well, Slayton should have came up with that. And I'm going to say it before, say it again. Take your fat ass out into the backyard. Go 30 yards. Have your friend throw the ball to you low and on the ground. Go backwards, dive backwards on the ground and try to catch it. And then tell me how easy it is. Good morning, Daniel. Doctor says, how about Joe Shane's failure to know where the team is and some of these boneheaded moves, giving money and assets to Brian Burns when we have to keep our homegrown studs, plus the Waller move? I think you said it yesterday. I thought Brian Burns was going to have 2 sacks yesterday because I think the absence of Kayvon Thibodeau opens up the defense in reference to Azeez Ojulari, who had another sack. Azeez Ojulari, though, is not, he got to get his hand out of the fucking dirt. He is not a defensive end. For the love of God, please stop that. I have no problem with Brian Burns. I have no problem with the Brian Burns move. I do have a problem in regards to the fact that trading assets when you have a carbon copy of Kayvon Thibodeau. And he's still got 2 years technically on his deal. So what are you going to do when when Brian Burns is heading towards the end of his contract, hitting towards 30, and you still have a young Kayvon Thibodeau, you're going to pay both of them? It's the foresight to look ahead and see what is in front of you. That is the problem and has been the problem with this franchise since Tom Coughlin left. I was leading the Saquon cheers with fellow Eagles fans at the stadium all day. It sounded like at times like it was the link. And everyone knows how much I hate the link. I can't believe they are still DJ's offenders out there. We've been arguing with them all morning. It's all morning. For those that do not know, and if you're in the New Jersey area, on October 28th, Monday night, Steelers and Giants, I'm going to be doing a live stream from the Shannon Rose Bar and Grill at Clifton, New Jersey, starting at 7 p.m. We're going to be at the sports bar. There's like 5 bars in this place, and we're going to be at the sports bar. So again, that's going to be October 28th, Monday night, Steelers versus Giants. I will be doing the live stream from the Shannon Rose Irish Pub. Shockingly, I'm doing a live stream from a bar in Clifton, New Jersey at 7 p.m. So if you're going to be around, you're going to be in the area, make sure you stop on by. It's going to be a lot of fun. There are win now moves. You're right. What does Big James say? Jable ain't the same since he lost weight. He needs fat Dable back. He needs to get off the Ozempic. Ozempic, what the hell is fucking called? Neighbors said, look at the tape. I was open. I love that about Malik Neighbors already. Week 6, he's already like, look at the tape, motherfuckers. I was open. I'm there. I'm going to explain something. And I don't have to explain it to the people here. It's in Clifton, New Jersey. Yes. I don't have to explain it to the people here because you guys are smart. You're intelligent football fans. If you have a defense that is over aggressive, if you have a defense that's getting on your ass all day long, if you have a defense that's not giving you enough time to throw, maybe you need to check out of plays that are slow to develop, the long pass play. Maybe you need to check out. Maybe you need to audible. It's weird. Quarterbacks do. I watched Cam Ward do it in college. I watched Jalen Hurts do it in college. I watched Mr. Lovechild do it. You can check out of a play if you think they're bringing the blitz. Are we done with the Tyrone Tracy thing now? He's a good back, maybe an average back. He's a rookie. Are we done now? Are we done with the fact that we don't need Saquon Barkley anymore? We got Tracy. Okay. Okay. What's up, Greg? What's up, chat? I pissed further than DJ threw on Sunday. That's a short piss. That's nothing to be excited about. One read. One read. Big J. What's up, Big Greg? Daryl says, yo, Tim and Chad, I missed the game yesterday and seems like I didn't miss much. You missed nothing. You missed nothing at all. Most honest Giants channel. Yes, because there needs to be there needs to be a chunk of a banana in the stream of diarrhea. That is called Giant social media. And I love it the other day. Carl Banks even came out and said with a post, I'm going to tell you like it is. Good or bad, I'm going to tell you like it is. Tim, I have to apologize to you already, but I feel I owe you 7 more after 7 games. You don't need any apologies, brother. You're all good. You're all good. You're all good. Pulling out forms, man. Yeah, you got to have the forms. Forms. Get it signed. I want it signed in return. This is like school. We are sorry, Tim. You have been right about DJ for 6 years. It's on my Twitter page. Online Big Blue 1. Somehow someone took Online Big Blue. I don't understand it. Love the form. Thank you. Mr. Albert says, I currently mocked the 3rd draft. Cam Ward to Harris to Martinez, the best running back available. Giants need to address their offense early in this draft. Big Don says, I posted your form as soon as I seen it this morning. I was laughing so hard, I posted all the New York Giant fan clubs on the page. Yeah, that was funny. Someone else did that too, Big Don. Someone posted all the other people. That's too great. Isaiah says, preach, brother. I'm going to preach. When the white man pulls out paperwork, someone's in trouble. Mr. Evans says, if Jones is a starter next year, I am completely done with this team. If Jones is the starter after the Pittsburgh game, but they probably will because then he'll be in what's after the Pittsburgh game? It's the Washington game. I'll be at the Washington game. I have to go to the Washington game. One of my favorite players is Rodney Hampton, so they're doing a have a breakfast for certain people. They're having have a breakfast with Rodney Hampton, so I'm going to do that, and then we're doing the on-field thing afterwards. So, let's see here. The Giants are the clown show. Yeah, I agree with it. Mr. Herman said someone told me today DJ is going to have a Saquon-style career resurgence when he gets to another team, and the Giant fans will realize they were never the problem. How dumb can you be? Pretty dumb. Look at Mitchell Trubisky. I agree, Mr. Hartman. Peace, Tim. I hope it all is going on. Greg says Cam Ward gambled on his future, just made a chunk of change for his return. He is the number 1 quarterback in the draft. what's his name? Sam Hartman destroyed his future in the NFL. Or Bo Hartman, whatever the hell his name is. Hartman. He's on an NFL roster, but he should have came out of college. He should never hit the transfer portal and went to Notre Dame. I saw someone comment on a different video saying something along the lines as we could exhume Lorenzo and have him start. That's wrong. We could bring back the hefty lefty. They may need to give Daniel Jones another chance. This time, throw in lefty. I like that, Orlando. Is it worth going to the games this season? Honest question. No. No, it's not. I was going to go on Sunday. And then James couldn't go. And I go to games with other people, but I like hanging out with James, and he couldn't go. So I was like, I don't feel like going. Then I was thinking about it on Saturday. I'm like, maybe I should go. But then something told me, Tim, keep your ass home. Because the last time you went to a home game, Phillies, home game, Eagles, Giants, it was disastrous. And half the stadium was Philadelphia fans. So I kept my ass at home. Thank God I did. Because it's like 2 hours to get there. Hey, everyone, did you see that Jones was frustrated about being benched on Bleacher Report? He should have been kicked off the team 2 years ago. No, I'm frustrated about it that he's still my quarterback. But we can't boo him or say bad things about him at home because he's so sensitive. Could you imagine him playing for someone like Bill Parcells? One of my favorite sidelines exchanges between Parcells and Sims is when Parcells told him, he told him a couple times. So one time, hey, he's told him, hey, Phil, shut the fuck up and sit down. I'll call the plays. And then he told him another time that he was being an ass. And don't act like that. Could you imagine this cream puff playing for Bill Parcells? We'll be fine, says Joe Shane. Joe Shane, the dumbest GM in Giant history, Sleeping Joe. Andy Rostelli was pretty bad. Wildy Coyote is responsible for 40 my quarterback. You could have had $8 million handed off to a $26 off the number 26. If you had an $8 million quarterback handed off to 26, you also still have Xavier McKinney on this team. The glue now to the Green Bay Packer defense. Best safety in the league. If Mara really cared, he would have fired Shane this morning, letting Saquon Bark away with a comeback and run us. You know what? If he fired Joe Shane right now, I'd be fine. You literally told him it's going to make me sick if he goes over the Eagles. Well, I hope you're puking in a bucket because I'm sick too. But I'm not going to be sick on October 28th, Monday Night Football, Giants and the Steelers, live from the Shannon Rome Bar and Restaurant in Clifton, New Jersey, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're there. Pittsburgh just scored 30 on the Jets defense in a game with a shootout. The Giants might be cooked. Here's the thing about the Steelers. They are 4-2 with Justin Fields. 4-2. Russell Wilson comes back. Mike Tomlin, who was the defensive back coach when I worked over in Tampa. Mike Tomlin, in his infinite wisdom, starts Russell Wilson. And they shellac the Jets. We got a guy that couldn't hit water if he fell out of a fucking boat. And we let him play for 6 years. Denver gave Russell Wilson all that cash. Figured they made a huge mistake 2 years into the deal. $18 billion in cap space. Got rid of him. Drafted Bo Nix. And we're stuck with Danny Cream Puffs for another 6 years. I think by year 12, a certain segment of Giant fans will roll around and say, boy, he's terrible. I'm going to say year 12. Two mid quarterbacks, Jones and Hurts. Hurts is not a mid-level quarterback. Hurts has gone to a Super Bowl. Hurts and his bad season, I believe we talked about it the other day, was responsible for almost 23 touchdowns passing, another 15 rushing. So he was responsible for 40 touchdowns. Almost 40 touchdowns. Whatever it was, 38, I forget. Good morning, Tim. The Giants played the worst game of the season, just got worse. Jones played like shit, cost the Giants the season. Time to move on. Jones, we need to trade for a quarterback now. Tana is a dick. I like Bad Dog, though. You can say bad things here. It's okay. It's okay. The defense was the ones that won the playoff games. Jones managed it, but they stopped the offense. I agree. Mr. Weaver, GM Tim, waiting for what you get. Dable is fed up, and now the star wide receiver saying, check the tape. He was open. I guarantee that rubbed Dable and Shane the wrong way to put in the lock. No more DJ. Here's the thing about that whole thing with Malik Neighbors. Like I said, I've been jokingly saying he's going to ask for a trade by. Someone said, I mean, it was months ago. Someone asked me, when do you think Malik Neighbors is in? What year do you think Malik Neighbors is going to ask for a trade? I said game 6, rookie season. Because he knows the quarterback's garbage. They're always going to say the right things. They're always going to say he's the best chance for us to win. He's our leader. He's our general. They're always going to say that. And then I love it because people are like, the astute giant YouTubers, see that? See that? They're rallying around Daniel Jones, man. They love him. Do you really think that guy getting I've said this about Carl Banks. Carl Banks is never going to say anything bad about the Giants because he gets paid by the Giants. Yeah, I bust his ass about it. I bust his chops about it, but he gets paid by the Giants. I get that. You're an NFL player getting paid by a team. You do not want to get a bad rep by bashing your quarterback, aka, per example, look at Golden Tate. Don't show up the Golden Boy. Relax. 5 more offensive linemen, 3 more wide receivers. Danny Jones will be awesome. I love Hurts as an Eagles fan. Me too. It's too repetitive with Bad Dog and Tanner. I feel like I hear the same thing every stream about Jones. I'm not going to talk about what other people do because I don't watch other people, and I don't watch other people for a reason. Because of the fact that everyone has their opinion, and you want to be honest, but that's the thing. And I've said this a million times. I've said it on the podcast. I've said it a million times. This is not a fan channel. I'm not going to sit there and piss down your leg and tell you it's raining. I see shit. I tell you. See good things, I tell you. I love the one fan that years ago, because everyone told me I'm Mr. Negative. I did a video after a Giant win. It's a 14-minute video. 12 minutes of it was me extolling the virtues of the Giants. 2 minutes was about how bad and how many things they could do to improve. And I had all these comments that told me, well, you're just negative. Okay, then I'm negative. And you're a moron. Hurts is twice as good as Jones. Saquon had a field day yesterday. Saquon, if you would have let him in there, I thought they were going to let him run for 200. I really did. I like Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen too. We're not getting him. If you put Jaden on this team, their record would be better, but put DJ on the Eagles would have the same record they have. Great point. If you put Hurts on this team, the Giants are a winner. Because sometimes you need to be, some players are just winners. They might not have the gaudy stats. They may not do, but they do the little things that a quarterback needs to do to win games. Daniel Jones is the polar opposite. He does shit you shouldn't do, and he loses. I went to the game with my wife. Well, Mr. Okay. Monday crowd at the strip club is crazy. No, I said it's the Monday strippers. It's the 11 a.m. Monday strippers. You're not getting the A team. Josh Allen makes his teammates better, even though he hasn't won anything yet. He does make his things better, but how many times did Peyton Manning not win? How many times did Peyton Manning choke? How many times? You're going to get your moment. Peyton Manning got him. Jones cannot read a blitz. He can't. He cannot identify a blitz. I have never seen a 6-year quarterback not have the ability to check out of a play, audible out of a play. And the few times he does it, he's actually had success. Few and far in between, though. Mr. Weaver says, hey, Tim, me and you know Barkley was going to kick our asses. One person had more yards than the whole offense had. Bad, I know. Dable and Shane's stomach is turning. I know they want to redo the deal. I said it before. I said it. I've been saying it. I've been saying it since Barkley went to the Eagles. And I was wrong. He didn't run for 200. He only ran for 176. When Brandon Jacobs, Dane Belton on that, second drive, where he flattened Dane Belton. There was no running out of bounds. There was no stutter step. He lowered his shoulder, flattened Belton, gained another 5 yards. I looked at my wife and I said, holy shit. I said, we're in a lot of fucking trouble. It's like, we are in a lot of trouble. That touchdown he had. That touchdown literally to me took like a minute and a half. He just kept moving the pile. I was like, no animosity. He's going to say the right thing. He's going to throw all the roses. No animosity. I'm just going to run this down your throat. Azuda got beat like he stole something. No, let Jones earn his money. He stole, put him out there so we can lose, so we can get a high pick. We're not going to get a high pick. That's the problem. We got to re-sign Aziz before he goes to the Eagles. I'm telling you all now. My thing is you got to wait for Aziz. Let's give Aziz a few minutes. let's make sure he can stay healthy. Let's see here. Eagles had their left tackle out, lost their right guard, started the game, still spanked us. Stop with the O-line excuses. Thank you. I was going to get to that. Starting left tackle out. Lost our right guard in the game. Against a vaunted giant pass rush that leads the league in sacks and nothing. Do you think Sirianni will get fired? No. Why would Sirianni get fired? He just won. Down the road, maybe. Daniel Jones is not allowed to throw the ball past 5 yards. Well, then we need someone that could. Zach Attack says Banks quit on receivers. Dugans came out and said basically ownership wants to approve a change at quarterback. Deonte Banks on a couple. I didn't really want to get into Deonte Banks because he's kind of a young player, and I think the kid's going to be good. He did dog it on a couple plays. He gave up on a couple plays. Yeah. Bobby Okereke, the tackling machine, slow on the one Saquon Barkley sweep to the. He was going to the right. He was running out of bounds, and he didn't run out of bounds. He gained another 5 yards. Bobby Okereke slowed up on the play. You could see it. He literally slowed up on the play. That's not good. Mr. Weaver says, Tim, there's no way in hell we don't draft the quarterback. I think the Giants are going to do what the Broncos did, get rid of the contract. I wish they came out and said that we made a mistake. If they did that, I would keep my season tickets. 80% of Drew Lock highlights came on him dancing. Brian Burns looked better. Brian Burns has looked better, 100%. He looked better without Kayvon. Because when you have two guys that do the exact same thing on opposite ends of the line, it's not difficult to figure out what to do. You just continuously run. But the problem is Shane Bowen, who I thought has been doing extremely well with the defense, has decided at times to use him as Azeez Ojulari as a defensive end when he needs to be a stand-up linebacker. Brian Burns looked better with that. We got that one. Never forget the Giants chose Jones or Lamar. Lamar's hell that happened at the same time. Jones contract negotiation. Jones still chose bum Jones and paid him more than Lamar. I don't want to remember that. I don't want to remember that. The Steelers will shut out this team. The Steelers defense is going to fucking kill us. Oh, good morning. Oh, we've been arguing with these fools for 6 years. Blackburn says, I feel bad for neighbors. I could see the blitz coming from my You literally could see the blitz coming. You literally could. They at one point in time weren't even disguising it. I think my wife at one point in time said, hit the like. At one point in time said, they're going to blitz. And I think it was, I think it was, I can't remember which play it was. And they blitzed. And she was like, I told you. I told you they were going to blitz. I told you they were going to get the quarterback. And while you're talking about Joe Shane, his contracts, why did he have extend? Oh, my God. I've been talking about this for years. Why did you extend Lawrence and Dexter Lawrence and Andrew Thomas at the same time? Why? There was no need to do both of those extensions at the same time. We've talked about that. We talked about that, Blackburn. I mean, Mr. Roberts ad nauseum. Kenny G on the island laughing his ass off. Kenny G's got his cash, and he's sitting there going, you know what? I told you this guy fucking sucked. I got to drink more water, Tim. Yeah, I got to drink more water, too. Who missed the field goal? Enough said. Mark Hernandez. Hey, GM Tim, let's go. GM, get rid of Daniel Jones already. Oh, my God. How many more does management need to see? They need to see a lot more. I think by year 8, we should have a clear understanding what he is. I laugh about the water comment because we all laugh about the Joe Shane thing. And my wife used to watch other giant YouTubers because she always gets mad. She's people always go, they took this from me. They took this from me. I'm not going to say who it is, and she goes, you know what's funny? She goes, I watch you on the stream drinking water, and I watch these other guys drink stuff and drink water. And there's one in particular, and he goes, he drinks like a girl. He's like, you grab your bottle of water, you take this big fucking sling, you throw it down. He goes, this person literally drinks like a girl. 14 games under 500 since 6-2. Miracle run. You're right. Mara needs to sell the team. I would keep my tickets at the Mr. Bruce says the Giants organization, the fan base is definitely chasing fool's gold and wondering why they aren't rich. I question if I should still care. Of course you should still care, but pick another team. I'm going to tell you this. I'm always going to be a Giant fan because my father was a Giant fan. Members of my family were Giant fans. We've been around the Giant organization for years. I told people as a kid, I grew up in the Meadowlands. I've met Bill Parcells. I've met Lawrence Taylor. I even met Carl Banks over back in 1987 over in Pasadena because they played the game in January. And I'll always be a Giant fan. Always. But this year, I'm also a Green Bay Packer fan. And I've actually really enjoyed watching the Packer games. Jones will be the starter next year. I agree that he will be. Tim, you need a $12 million running back. I do need a $12 million running back. James says, I can't lie. Big Pat might be the worst bunch of black guys defending the white quarterback from Duke. If you don't have a sense of humor, that joke might offend you. Oh, that's okay. I'll tell you a Big Pat story real quick because I'm on a fucking roll and I don't care. Big Pat told me, and has always put it in his comments and said it on his videos before, Tim is only pandering to the people because he just wants a black quarterback because he's pandering. He's only trying to get views. No, it just happened to be the best quarterbacks that came out and recently in the last recent years, except for a couple, happened to be black. That's why I wanted it. That's why I don't look at a color of anyone's skin. That should be denoted by the fact that if you ever met my friends, it looks like a rainbow. I want the best quarterback available for this team. Said it before to people. I loved Carson Beck going into the season. I can't stand him now. I hate it. I didn't like Cam Ward. Now I like Cam Ward. It's reverse racism. Or just reverse fucking stupidity. We should bench Jones and see if DeVito can be a solid backup option. He can't. Next. Mark Sanchez made every excuse. Mark Sanchez did make every excuse for Daniel Jones. 100%. I was laughing because last week I was talking to James about how I used to hate and still do listen to Troy Aikman call Giant games. Because when Eli Manning would beat the Cowboys, Giant Cowboy games, he would beat the Cowboys. You would hear about all these horrible things about Eli Manning, except you just look at the scoreboard and the fact that he would run it in for a fourth, he would have the fourth quarter comeback. So Mark Sanchez literally was at the altar of Daniel Jones yesterday. Should have paid Saquon and kept Taylor. I actually don't disagree. What's up, Alex? You want to see this mess live and in person? Yes. If you want to see this mess live and in person, go to the Shannon Rose, October 28th, Clifton, New Jersey, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be live streaming from a bar with James Williams, Swing Culture TV, Big El Gigante, Chris for the Love of MMA. All coming down. Do you think there's going to be some trouble? Eagles fans always pack the place. What's going on, Tim? You know what's going on? I got a massive headache. Jennifer says, I told you, Tim, we're going nowhere with Jones, and the fact Dabols won't bench him means the whole staff next year. I think Dabols wants to be fired. I do think he wants to be fired. I really do think he wants to be fired. Bad Dog pointed out there is more than opposing teams fans at Giant games and home games. There are. What an astute opinion. I always love when people that don't go to games tell me who's at. And I'm not saying you, Black, but I'm just saying in general. I love when people who don't go to the games and tell me who's at the games. I already got my tickets for the Steelers game. Well, you go, Big Mike. It's weird seeing Saquon on an Eagles jersey. No, it wasn't. The fact that the Gettleman thought Forrest Gump was the sixth best player in 2016 draft would give him a lifetime ban for football. Saquon, he ran over Belton. He ran over Dane Belton. I loved it because normally Saquon would probably go out of bounds there. He cut it back up, lowered his shoulder, and Brandon Jacobs, Dane Belton. And that's when I said, oh, dear Lord, we are in a lot of trouble. 50 yards here, 60 yards there. I was so mad when they did the tush push on that when it gets our 28th point. I wanted Saquon to get it, or the 27th point. The Steelers benched Justin Fields for Russell Wilson. Tomlin took a big risk. He did. I love it though. You're 4-2. The team loves Justin Fields. Russell Wilson is healthy. Like, we're gonna play Russell Wilson now. Don't care. Their quarterback room sucked. Steelers. What do? They had all this money invested in Kenny Pickett. They had all these other guys. They get rid of Mason Rudolph. They get rid of everyone and spend $8 million in total on Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Mara is ridiculously greedy. I'll pay over $12 for a beer. That's lukewarm. Yeah. I paid $17 for rum and coke at the Knicks game. Oh my God. What's Big Greg say? Free agent quarterbacks 2 years ago. Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, Brian Burns. Oh, what about Brian Burns? Let's take Daniel Jones. We can trade for Justin Fields. No, they're not getting rid of him. They're not getting rid of him because if anything happens to Russell Wilson, you got Justin Fields. That's like people are like, well, we need to go get we need to go get Malik Willis. I love that. Green Bay's not giving up Malik Willis. He's a third rounder with another year on his contract. And if Love goes down again, you've already proven that he can win. We've proven that our quarterback can dance. Our backup. Barkley, interviewed after the game, said he saw people burning his jersey in the parking lot. Way to give him the motivation, you idiots. Oh shit, Tim! I didn't know you worked for Tampa Bay Bucks. People here thought you know crap about football. Go figure. May I ask what you did for Tampa? I ran the XOS digital automatic replay system back in 2000 and some change for about almost 3 seasons. 2003, actually, I should say. Back in the day, XOS digital replay system. You got to remember, back in 2003. The replay system and the internet was kind of just still in its infancy. Can't talk today. So what this system did was it allowed you to record the practices, put it on a server, and then you could watch it vis-a-vis your laptop. This was cutting edge back in 2003. People forget this is 21 years ago. This was cutting edge. So my responsibility was to run the system. I was totally responsible for the replay system. So let's see here. Tim, I gave up on the Giants. All I have to do is root for 2 things. Giants get the first round pick, be neighbors, and Singletary do good enough. I have them in their fantasy team. Please let the end of the shit corner. Please let the end of this shit QB end. Please let this shit QB end. I'm just laughing too hard as I'm trying to read it. But knowing this team, they'll screw it up. Anyone can get any problems starting another quarterback and an offensive line has regressed with injuries. Vanilla Vic's offensive line got him killed. It's not always the offensive line's fault, guys. And I'm not picking on you. I'm not picking on you. Who am I not picking on? Who am I not picking on? I forgot who I'm not picking on. But it's not always anyone can get it. It's not always the offensive line's fault. I'm a quarterback. I'm calling out the play. Calling out Z28. And I'm looking at the line. I'm going to pull on Eli. Omaha. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. I'm calling my play, and I'm seeing something I don't like. I'm seeing what I perceive to be a blitz. You check out. You audible. That thing on your wrist has all these plays on it, which you're supposed to know by heart, which I never understood why they had it on their wrist. Because back in the day, they didn't have that shit. Back in the old days, when we played with the leather helmets, they didn't have that shit. But you literally can check out of plays to put yourself in a better position to get yardage. I'm going to give you guys a great example. And I've said this before about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley was such a threat out of the backfield his rookie season. He was a threat. He was targeted 121 times, caught the ball 91 times for 721 yards, 4 touchdowns. He had 15 touchdowns his rookie season. He had over 2,000 yards total offense. His next year with Dan Jones at the quarterback went down to 52 receptions, and we're not going to count the injury season. The next year with Dan Jones quarterback, 41, 57, and 41. All of a sudden, Saquon Barkley doesn't know how to catch the ball. He was targeted 121 times his rookie season, caught 91 of them. Who was the quarterback his rookie season, and who was the quarterback after? Daniel Jones, Eli Manning. Eli Manning, Daniel Jones' rookie season. Saquon Barkley's best games came with Eli Manning under quarterback because he understood how to put him into a position to gain positive yardage. The offensive line, Saquon Barkley's rookie year was terrible, but he understood how to put him in a way to gain yardage. Chris, the entertainer looks like someone stole his dog and his girlfriend yesterday watching Jones get benched. Can't wait until Forrest Gump era is over. I know I'm on the same sideline. Let's see here. Chris, the entertainer, is a kid who gets his lunch money taken and doesn't have the junior varsity squad as his senior year. Oh my God. What do we got here? Dan, Tim, you don't get stung by a jellyfish because you won't piss on our legs. Duly noted. Listen, come down to October 28th at Shannon Rose. Lord knows what's going to happen that night. Remember when this team had a tight end? Good times. I remember when we drafted this kid out of Penn State that everyone told me was going to be phenomenal. And I kept saying to people, what was his biggest deficiency in college? What did every pro scout say about him coming out of college? That he had tendencies to not seem like he cared. That he didn't play with passion. He had all the talent in the world, but he doesn't play with passion. He doesn't have that spark. I'm not saying I can't see that. DJ just can't read. I wish I had the Mike Myers from Wayne's World, my favorite clip. I mind big time. You know what the big problem is? I never learned to read. Neighbors even questioned Jones before he was drafted. I do remember. You remember the interview when Porter asked him about Jones when Malik says on Instagram live chat with Caleb Williams, asked him about it. He just cut it off. The dude was looking for houses. Walla, walla, walla. What's up, my brother? Hey, Tim, Barkley by himself outscored and produced the entire Giant offense. Great job letting him walk to Philly for an extra $2 million a year. It wasn't even they let him walk to Philly for extra $2 million. They let him walk to Philly because Philly guaranteed more money. And Shane never wanted Barkley. I mean, he has this ability, again, like I said, that he's the smartest guy in the room. And I've said this a billion times before. When you think you're the smartest guy in the room, you're usually an idiot. That's why I never think I'm the smartest guy in the room. I know it. I wish I had confidence. I had an idiot Giant fan sitting behind me, booing Saquon all game. Me and the other Eagles fans were laughing at them in the third quarter. I'm surprised you weren't laughing at them in the first half. Let me see. Hit the like button, says Big James. Hit the like button. Any quarterback, an O-line, and another quarterback has become a priority next season. Get it right. Hit the like. Join the channel. Also want to thank Yiso Fitness, brand new partner of the show. They sent me one of their partner of the show. They sent me one of their exercise equipment things. It's like a Peloton. So we're gonna be reviewing that for them in November. So, but I want to thank ESO Fitness for coming in here, coming in strong, coming into the OBB family. Deontay Banks is still learning and growing as a player. I agree. I can't get him. Mitchell was locked. Quentin Mitchell's. I love Mitchell, the kid out of Toledo. You got Dijon Mustard, and you got Mitchell. Great pickups. I love it because the Sirianni calls Dijon Mustard a lunch pail guy, meat and potatoes kid. That's what I wish we had. And he can return punts. It's amazing. Why didn't we give a deal for Russell Wilson? Because Russell Wilson came here to New York. This is the story. Russell Wilson came here. And they looked at Russell Wilson in their infinite wisdom and said, per Russell Wilson, Daniel Jones is our starter. I've only been to 2 Super Bowls, got one of those rings behind me, but I have no chance of supplanting Daniel Jones as the starting quarterback. And I want $1 million a year. We were the first team that Russell Wilson went to. Does everyone remember that? We were his first stop. The players are giving up because they know they're going to get killed for the quarterback to throw. I agree. 131 people must be Tana bots because only 30 likes. Oh, we got 45. No, because I forget to tell people to like. I always forget to tell people like. Jalen Jones, loyalty to Jones has destroyed this team. Merit is the main problem. Make sure you go on my page, Twitter page, Online Big Blue 1, and start forwarding the Online Big Blue DJ Lover's apology form. Tim, you were right. Tim, we are sorry. We are sorry. Tim, you have been right about DJ for 6 years. Because I kept seeing their stupid form, so I figured I need a stupid form. And my form is just as stupid. Because I get stupid. I mean, outrageous. Stay away from me if it's contagious. Because a man I know not a loser. Being MC is what I choose. Ladies love me. Girls adore me. Be like. Thoughts on Joey Porter? His son or the dad? I got no thoughts on Joey Porter right now. I made a bet with a coworker over the game and have to wear Eagles hat now. I might have to call out tomorrow. I'd call out sick. I have to call out sick tomorrow. I'm sorry about the Joey Porter. What do you want to know about Joey Porter Jr.? So I'm assuming you mean put Joey Porter Jr. and not his dad. So I was like, he was 37. He was a good guy, good player. 7 games. I know he's got an interception. Seems like a good player. What do you think of Hyatt? Well, what do I think of Hyatt? I like Hyatt better than Hilton. And I don't ever stay at Best Western. I usually stay at a higher. NBC Suites is good. Oh, you mean the player? I don't think anything of him anymore. I think they don't understand. You go out and get vertical weapons for a quarterback who has a problem throwing it more than 5 yards. And that's going to fix the team. So Slayton, Hyatt, and Neighbors are all going to go to waste. And the Pittsburgh game is in Pittsburgh. That's why we're going to be at the Shannon Rose Bar and Grill, Clifton, New Jersey, 7 p.m. live. Is there a catcher's bat blind when the batter swings? JJ just goes into flight mode when pressure and shuts down. You could literally see the linebackers coming. You could. That was the sad part. You literally could. My wife, who was a very astute football fan, was like, looked at the play. He's going to get sacked. I was like, why would you pay a quarterback all that money without a ring? Maybe he does have a ring. Maybe he's got a nice, I don't know. Maybe he's got one of those nice Onyx rings or something like that. I don't know. Kenny G did rob us. Oh yeah. Because Wildy Coyote thinks he is the smartest man on the room. They're both bangers. I guarantee Nick would have put Saquon back in for 200 yards, but Saquon being Saquon probably said, nah, they got the point. I wanted 200 yards because I wanted to be right. Hey, Tim, Daniel Jones is like the pretty blonde, all style, no substance. He's not even the pretty blonde. I never watched Seinfeld when it was on. And I would say in the last year, I've been watching episodes of Seinfeld because, I don't really watch TV. So, at night, sometimes Seinfeld's on, so I watch it. And I started watching about a year ago. And there's one where Jerry dates this girl. And in a certain light, she's beautiful. In other light, she's ugly. The problem is Daniel Jones has been staying in the ugly light for 6 years. Oh, Saquon always does say the right thing. He does. I wish he was once. Just go off. Yes, except your relatives are Washington Redskin fans. How can you play Hail to the Chief? Yeah, we lived in, it's funny. We lived in DC, Philadelphia, and my father is from a coal mining town in Pennsylvania. And somehow he became a Giant fan. And then when he lived in DC, my brother became a Redskins fan. And I just literally flocked to my father and stayed with them. Hail to the Redskins was a great song. Hail to the Redskins. They are the team braves on the warpath. Fight for old DC. Someone call the NFL and tell them to stop putting the games on prime time. Yes, Glenn, they were going to be 1-16. 48-year season ticket holder, and this is 2024 team is worse than the Giants team in the 70s. No. Come on, child. The Andy Robustelli teams with Craig Morton, been a fan since 76. I opened that damn Meadowlands to that terrible loss to the Cowboys. It's on par. It's on par. Glad for my son roots for the Ravens. Scorpion Jim, what's up? Where you been? Well, my Giants are not going anywhere. I root against them. I don't want to win a championship. I want to win a championship. I'm not in the Milroy yet. I'm not. I think he's more of a runner than he is a quarterback. Mr. Kiones says, Tim, I just woke up. Did we win? I drank a lot. Was done before Friday. Yeah, we won. 87-6. Greatest New York Giant comeback in history. Saquon Barkley ran for negative 45 yards. What's up, Rocky? Oh, no. Does that mean I can't call Josh Allen a white Vic? No, you can always call that. Joe Shane is a train wreck. Horrible picks, paying a quarterback bust while letting a great running back walk. Yes, Tim. We got to hear Tim's Jersey Shore clip. Oh, so everyone wants Jersey Shore. I mean, let's see. I don't know where Jersey Shore Tommy even is. For you, Big Greg, I will play the Jersey Shore Tommy. I will find the Jersey Shore Tommy clip. I don't even know where these clips are anymore because I'm just so over this team that I literally can't even think anymore. Oh, I don't know where. It's got to be around here somewhere. Batman, player, OG quarterback. Here we go. Just for Greg. I'm not clicking on the buttons before I said just for Greg. I'm gonna play it out. Jersey Shore Tommy. Wait for the beat drop. I don't want to see him. Unfortunately, our pick was not high enough to get Beck or Ward. I don't want Beck. And honestly, neither of them are worth a trade up. Jones will be back. I'm telling you, this Cam Ward, man, after watching him more and more, you kind of like what he does. It's like Tula Fala Hala Fala Hola. Everyone told me how terrible he was, and I just watched him throw for over 4,000 yards, and now Miami's in the shitter because they don't have him, but they got the same guys. So Tyler Huntley is evidently not as good as Tula Fala Hala Fala Ola. Tim, do not get too drunk looking at the Giants next Monday. It'll be fun. Cha says Neal, Hyatt, Banks, and Tony, awful picks. I feel like Dable is tanking on. Everyone keeps telling me this. I don't think he's tanking on purpose. I think you got to play the hand you're dealt. But the problem is you got a dealer dealing off the bottom of the deck and Mara and Shane. So I think he's kind of stymied. Hit the like button. Hit the like. There's a button that says like. It looks like one of these. And I'm looking at it on my other monitor. So hit that button and that thing goes up. Who will get to the Super Bowl first, the Jets or the Giants? Well, it depends on who can probably get to the airline and when the tickets come out. I'm so happy we got Saquon. We'd be 1-5 without. You're right. Saquon Barkley has now won 3 games for the Eagles. That first game against the Packers, that game in New Orleans, and now the Giant game. He's won 3 games for them. Glad we don't have him. I was at the Giants Commanders game earlier this year. Saquon didn't even have to run over Belton. He did, though. He plowed right through him. I got to go. My Giant faithful season ticket. I go, and my Giants faithful season ticket owner neighbor either sells them to visitors or doesn't come anymore. I'm done. Saquon wanted to run over Dane Belton. Would you trade for Bryce Young? No. No, wouldn't even think about it. Literally, Mike, I would not even think about trading for Bryce Young. Why do I want to go from one disaster to potentially another disaster and think Brian Dable is going to fix the shipwreck? You know what this reminds me of? Gilligan's Island. The cast in the minnow on a 3-hour tour crashes the fucking boat in a storm, stuck on this island for 20 years, whatever it is. And I always think about the same thing. Even when I was a kid, thought about this. It's a 3-foot fucking hole in the boat. You don't have any nails and some wood? How hard is it to see what the problem is and fix it? And that's what I think about the Giants. How hard is it to see what the problem is for 6 years and not fix it? Get off the island. Maybe Gilligan and the skipper didn't want to go because they were never going to get a better crack at anyone like Marianne and Ginger. But get off the island. Because now I'm paying for them to be on the island. Why would Justin Fields, if have Mr. Fields, don't make me toss my cookies? Falcons brought in Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. And I love that too. They went out and gave Kirk Cousins $1 billion in draft at Michael Penix Jr. We think Daniel Jones is the answer and get Drew Lock. Literally, my head is going to explode.
That's what she said.
I didn't leave. I got fired. I got let go. Because the team went 7-9 and 6-10, and they cleaned it and they cleaned out. So I didn't get fired. I got let go. I didn't technically get fired. They just decided they didn't need my services anymore. We had a chance to get Willis, but we decided we needed a quarterback. How did that work out? Did not work out well. Stop calling Jones Vanilla Vic. That is soggy milk toast in a snowstorm on a paper plate. Would say Major Pain. Time to fire this clown. Show everyone to bring in Belichick to run this franchise. I'm against Belichick running this franchise, but at this point in time, it's just crazy. Chris is a good kid. Why are people hating today? Chris who? Because Chris is a homer, and he's been defending Daniel Jones for 6 years. We're not picking on anyone today. We're speaking truth. Like freaking Superman here. Truth, justice in the American way. And I love it because of the fact that I always tell people, I don't back away from my opinions. I never do. And anyone that knows me or anyone that's hung out with me or anyone that goes to games with me will tell you this. I am the same person in person that I am when I'm on this show. There's no difference. The only difference might be in person. I'm probably a little bit more boisterous, a little bit more of an asshole, but I'm the exact same person. I will defend my opinions against people left and right when I think I'm right. But if the facts dictate that I'm wrong, then I change my opinion. Like I said, Shane Bowen, I thought he was going to be a disaster of a hire because of the defense that he ran for 4.5 years, almost 5 years in Tennessee, because I thought he was going to bring that same style. It shocked the hell out of me changed up his whole defensive philosophy. He's running an entirely different defense than he ever ran in Tennessee, and it works, except for yesterday. So I was wrong. But when you're wrong, just say you're wrong. Don't keep defending, saying he's the guy, saying he's not the guy, saying he is the guy, saying he is the guy, saying this. If you're wrong, just be wrong. So if you're in Clifton, New Jersey on the 28th, Shannon Rose Irish Bar and Grill and Restaurant, you come tell me to my face. Tell people all the time. F8. That's where I park. You can't miss me. You literally can't miss me. You want to have an intelligent conversation about the Giants? I will tell you the exact same thing I say here to your face. No animosity, no issue, no problem. But that's just the way you should be in life. That's why I love James Williams. That's James's picture. That is James Williams. He has said to me since the day I met him that on social media, I will always have a face to the name. And that's the way it should be in life. So no one's being picked on. We are just pointing out differences. Chris got picked last at the kickball team after the kids in the wheelchair. Okay, that was mean. Strider says the fact that we had no backup plan for Andrew Thomas when he got hurt. Oh, wait, it was Joshua Zuda. Why didn't you just play Evan Neal? You got a guy who came out of the draft who said, I would prefer to play left tackle. You drafted him and made him a right tackle because no one can screw up 5 and 7. So why not just put him in, see what happens? Could it be worse? I don't think it could have been. Didn't get Wilson deal because he didn't fit our color scheme, and neither did Cam Ward. Carpet. I've said it before. Those guys, the carpets do not match the drapes. Wilson went to visit the Giants in March. He visited the Giants first. His first stop on his tour was to visit the Giants, and the Giants told him Daniel Jones was the quarterback, and he just wanted a veteran minimum, which is $1.5 million. And we said no. We got this, Russell Wilson. We got this, bro. We don't need you, bro. We got it. We got this covered. We got Daniel Jones and Drew Lock. And I'm not going to pay more than $4 million for Drew Lock, but then I gave him a contract for $5 million. Oh, boy, I wish I was big just once. Hey, Tim, Dable is finally pushed to the brink. From DJ and those who said Saquon has passed his prime. He has much more touchdowns than DJs this season at MetLife. Ouch. We keep getting it wrong, guys. I don't want to pick on Chris, but something really funny happened the other day. James sent me a clip about something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was because something about all these people on the stream. So he sent me a clip about it. I didn't watch it. And I clicked on the one clip, and then and it was Chris saying, well, running backs peak at 27. So it was good that we got rid of him. Thinking to myself, so it was good that we got rid of the running back at his peak. So that was good. That was smart. We wouldn't want to just keep him for another year or two. Give him a 2-year, 3-year deal, guarantee money for 2 years, and to get rid of, then have no guarantee money on the third. Of course, Chris is also the same guy that in Saquon Barkley's beginning of his second year said we need to extend him. That's why he stopped liking me. I don't think he ever liked me, but that's why he used to get mad at me, because he says, you just make videos that rebut me. No, I when I see something stupid, I have to respond. You don't, and then he's like 4 games into his second season, you don't decide that you're going to extend him. I don't like Russell Wilson. Sorry, chat. It's not that I'm not a big fan of Russell Wilson either, but it's just one of those things that, what happens? You got to take a shot. You got to be different. DJ fans are holding me hostage. Hunter likes to free me, please. They're talking about the O-line. 100 likes. Where are we at with the likes? We're at 64 likes. We got to get to 100, guys. Come on. Avery, we need to free Avery. As long as Mara is running, nothing will ever change. The guy, ugly truth. How do you get rid of the owner? I don't know. We could do a Don Sterling like they did in LA. Just got to get some racist stuff on him. I need to sign the apology for Tim. I was saying the same thing for years too. Okay, those that do not know, here you go. Go on my my Twitter page. You can get your copy of the Daniel Jones apology form, and you can send it out to me. We are sorry, Tim. You have been right about DJ for 6 years. P.S. We will never doubt you again. And make sure you get that form signed and sent out. Or you can, it's like a permission slip. Bring it to the Shannon Rose, October 28th in Clifton, New Jersey, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing a live stream, live podcast, live stream. We're going to be on Twitter. We're going to Instagram. We're going to be on all these fun places. We're going to be kicking it in the bar, having a good time. You're not going to be able to miss me. I literally am bringing a 8-foot. I'm bringing an 8-foot goalpost. So I'm bringing out the goalpost. So it'll be a fun time. Make sure. Is Tim Amish? No, I'm not Amish. Not Amish. Daniel Jones foresight. That's what I can say. I see it. I agree. Tim, as a joke, DJ hasn't had a fair shot to prove he's the guy. 6 years have not seen enough. We haven't seen enough yet. Make sure we see. We got to see more here. What's up, Mr. Squire? Attended all season ticket holders. Keep selling those tickets, hopefully, to the NFC East fans. Hopefully, they'll help Mara get the picture. This team ain't worth watching. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I sold my ticket. I got a bundle for my tickets. I got a bundle for my parking pass. Probably don't Eagle fan. But you know what? I'm not going to continue to spend my hard-earned time, money, and effort to drive up to the stadium, which is an hour and 40 minutes away on a good day, which means I got to leave like at 8 in the morning, if not earlier, just to get there to find a parking space. And then we have the ability to hang out. I am going to be there for the Washington Commander game. I'm having breakfast with Rodney Hampton. So I'm going to go to that. James and I are going to that. I already told James. I actually called up James and told him, I said, Washington game. We're going to have breakfast with Rodney Hampton. We're going on the field, and then we're going to do something after the game on the field as well. And I told him it's not an ask. It's like, I'm telling you, you're going. It's not an ask. I'm not asking. Rocky said, do you think Jones needs to take performance enhancing drugs to improve his game? Can we get him some steroids? We got him glasses his second season. Steroids? Can we get him steroids? Saquon Barkley could have 250 yards, but they benched him. I know. Tim, Dodgers or Yankees? I got to go Yankees. Definitely Jones. Morton played in a time when it was much harder to be a good quarterback. Hey, Frank and NYG Frank 87. Hey, Tim, great run by the Mets this year. I wanted them to go all the way. Frank, we're always talking about, you should come out and do things. October 28th, Clifton, New Jersey, Shannon Rose. It's a bar. It's an Irish bar and grill. We're going to go and do a live stream from there. So make sure you come out. I'm going to post the link and stuff on the pages and stuff. I don't want to get technical. I don't want to break out this social media technical stuff, but I'm going to post it on the things. Tim, I think if we sign Kerry Collins for free agency, he'll throw for a couple touchdowns, maybe have 3 or 4. Fucking look at Joe Flacco. I know they won yesterday with the AR back, but Flacco, man, went crazy. Hey, Tim, have you ever been to Belmar, New Jersey? Yeah, I have. I'm from Jersey. Not Jersey, from Jersey. It's always a question. They go, hey, you from Jersey? What exit? Saquon literally could have had 3 touchdowns, 250 yards, but the Eagles benched him. They did. Omega Supreme, New York Liberty win. Oh, that's the pause for nobody caring. That's the pause for nobody caring. The WNBA has lost, even with Caitlin Clark, lost $40 million this year. Even with the additional ad revenue, even with the additional, exposure, they only drew in, I think, 200,000 more fans on television, and they won in overtime. What, 67-62 in overtime? I'm not saying anything about women's sport. I'm not saying about women's basketball, but women's basketball is terrible to watch. Sorry, I love Angel Reese. She can't jump. And majority of her offensive rebounds are off her own missed shots. I've never seen someone with no skills putting the ball in the hoop.
That's what she said.
But somehow she's complaining she's not making any money because of the fact that the NBA really goes by revenue sharing. I know they just signed a new TV contract, WNBA, for bigger money, but the NBA actually has revenue sharing because they make money. That's why they get the salaries that they get. Because they make money, they don't lose money. Never in my life would I have thought the Knicks have a better chance of winning the championship than the Giants. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The Knicks, baby. The Knicks are coming on, baby. Would you trade for Stafford? No, because we can't. You have $3 million in cap space. You're going to prorate his $45 million over the remaining games and put it into that $3 million bucket and not be able to make any other moves. Poor Ginger, no love. I don't know what's going on that island. I'm just saying, I don't know what's going on that island. Tim, we wouldn't have we didn't have the comp. We won't get comp picks for Barkley and Xavier. No, we get comp picks, don't we? Tim, DJ must be Gilligan. Skipper is Dable, smacking DJ in the head every time he does something stupid. He'd probably already have a concussion. Oh, I forgot about Ginger. How could you forget about Ginger? Chris as the entertainer. I'm assuming that's what people are saying. Tim, come after the Bucks job. You won't pursue your coaching career. Oh my God. Let's see your thoughts on the trade for it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You're not going to fit a $45 million quarterback into a $3 million cap space slot, and he's going to make $50 million guaranteed next year. And then you're going to have still the $22 million, technically 11 if you divide it up over 2 seasons. So you'll have $61 million and one quarterback if you dump Daniel Jones. At least Chris doesn't wear an Eagles jersey because he doesn't have the balls to. I go back when it was the vet. And I would go in my Giants jersey. I would go to Phillies games in the vet wearing my Met shit. Sometimes you just stand tall. It just, maybe sometimes you have to have some fear. Good afternoon, Tim and G-Man family. I see Shane gone. That is all. I hope he's gone. Evan Neal was too busy eating hot dogs. I thought he'd be flipping burgers. Let's see. Jaden Jones says, Mayor would rather the team suck than suffer through the circus of a quarterback controversy. Can't handle the scrutiny of having no quarterback. We haven't had a quarterback for 6 years, so it's all good. Jennifer says, you were killing it on Diggy's live stream. Salute Queen. Who's Diggy? Diggy, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. Who's Diggy? And James, why are you on another live stream? Diggy better not be a giant person. You need to call me. We need to talk. Tim, maybe I should sign the form. I defended him for 3 to 4 years, but I've already put my DJ shit list ever convinced him to playoffs. I wasn't convinced. No, you're okay. Like I said, you're okay. You're allowed to be, of course, into the He-Man DJ Haters Club. Make sure you go run and go out and get your shirts. We've been giving those away. Where are we going to be giving those DJ? You know what? I just thought about this. Watch this segue. Watch this. People say this channel isn't professional. Watch this segue. Tim, where can I get a He-Man DJ Haters Club shirt? Oh, we're going to be giving them away at the Shannon Rose on October 28th with the live stream for the Steelers and the Giant game. So make sure you come on down. That's called professionalism. Tim, that is padding stats range. I've never seen a player, and I don't want to talk about WNBA. Never seen a player miss so many shots as Angel Reese does. And I mean, this woman's really got no game. She's got no athletic ability in reference to putting the ball in the hoop. And then I love it. She does this clapping thing, like she's low. When she does this low thing, when she does this clapping thing after she gets a shot. It's like, if it took me 8 tries to get the ball in the hoop, and I finally do, I probably wouldn't sit there doing this little dancing. Oh, look at me, I scored. I'd be like, shit, man, I got to cut it down to 6 times. When you have 12 offensive rebounds and 6 of them are off your own missed shots. Razzle says, not sure why we're all shocked by anything. This team can't do anything under DJ under center. I agree. Stanley says, Tim, how come the women's college basketball drew more ratings than the men's college basketball this past season? Well, that's actually not true. The Caitlin Clark games did. That's actually a little bit inaccurate, Stanley. I forgot Tim Merrick used to be Thurston Howell Lover the third. This is never going to change. This is never going to change until the camera's on. Oh. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. This is what you have to do as a giant content creator. You have to amuse yourself. Oh, that was for James. Giant fans have drafted a bunch of players from the Senior Bowl that haven't worked out. That's what's up. You're right. Davey said, maybe we should go get a grocery store and get the next Kurt Warner. We need to find one. Tim, that asshole part is something I can attest to. Big Al will tell you. Big Al will tell you. First thing I do when I see Big Al is I punch him. That's the first thing I do to Big Al. And he can attest to that because I go to a lot of games with Big Al. We just went to the Knicks game a couple weeks back. So that was life. I went a good time at the Knicks game. That's just hate. You know what they say about hate? The hater's going to hate. I'm just going to shake it off. And that's for the Swiftie and OGR Sports. Angel Reese missed 8 layups in a row. Just get the offensive rebound. That's stat padding like Westbrook and LeBron. Rocky said, do you think Jones has a shot to be inducted into the Losers Hall of Fame? I think he is the charter member. Tim, being a Giant fan has become a contact sport. They lose contact. Oh my goodness, guys. Great balls of fire. How many likes do we have? I don't know how many likes we have. I don't know. 73. We got 170 something people watching between Twitter and YouTube. So again, by my math, using Joe Shane capology, by my math, 177 people viewing and 73 likes. In my mind, using Joe Shane math, we should now have 4,978 likes. So I think we're behind a little bit. Someone asked me, can we turn this around? Can we make potatoes? I don't know. Can we turn this around? And I keep thinking to myself, and I'm trying to be one of these people that's trying to be, not negative, but can we make this work? No, we can't turn this around. Sorry. You're 2-5, 0-3 in the division. You're gonna play Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. You're gonna be 2-6. I've been telling people since the start of the season. I was wrong in the progression of games. I was telling people that we were going to be 2-6 after the Pittsburgh game. I couldn't remember. I got the games wrong because I thought we were going to beat Minnesota. And it looks like it's going to happen. And I'm not even sure that the Carolina game is a lock. Giants are a collection of talent that were cut and paste together, but not in a way or in a good way. They are the Chat GPT of the NFL. I actually think Joe Shane is on Chat GPT right now. How do I make the team better? Can they make? I like this one, Razzle. Can they make it lower the hoop to 8 feet? Make the WNBA much better. From wherever highway roam, or land or sea or foam, I'm always. Drake May is working out for the Patriots. Would be Joe Milton III be a good trade? No. Joe Milton's like Malik Willis. I said Malik Willis, whoever drafted Malik Willis, you're going to have to let him sit for at least a year or two. Joe Milton, I think, is the same way. We need someone that can come in here and actually play. Shout out to the Liberty. They're the only team in New York with a championship. Now for the Yankees, kick the Dodgers out. The Yankees are going to win.
Now betting for the Yankees, the captain, number 2, Derek Jeter.
I always wanted to be Bob Shepard. Let the lock start the game next week. No, they already said they're going to play Eli. Bob, people keep forgetting Bob Shepard also used to do the voice for the Giants on the intercom. They used to love it.
Sims to McConkey, 14 yards, first down.
I think I'm just going to come out of retirement. Watching Giants or listening to them is just exhausting, and painful as it is. Less soul-sucking and a gut punch. Reports are DJ was upset. Yeah, they had a thing where he basically said, well, it's Brian Dable's team, so he can do what he wants to do. I heard Patrick Ewing is back to the Knicks organization and as ambassador of the Knicks business and operations. He did. Patrick Ewing is back. Patrick Ewing, fun fact, Patrick Ewing and Barry Larkin were once my neighbors. Told that story before. Patrick Ewing's wife, when he lived in Orlando, used to shop at Target all the time. And I used to laugh because I'm walking in Target one day with my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. And I'm like, that's Patrick Ewing. And I used to always joke with him when I would see him. I was like, you spend a lot of money in Target, man. Where is Daniel Jones ranked for quarterbacks? I'm going to say he's 57th. Tim, my question to DJ, when the Giants were pulling the plug on DJ, I would say after losing the Steelers, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen either. Razzle the Great says, what's your the real captain? I love the love. The love guy is the epitome of a Yankee. Never complain. Always accountable, produces in the clutch moments. Is there a chance the Giants upset the Steelers? Yes, there is a chance. I am telling you, there is a chance. The Steelers bus could break down on the way to the stadium. There could be a flood on the field and they have to forfeit. Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, TJ Watts Jr., and a bunch of other players could literally gain amnesia and not show up. So yes, there is a chance. What's up, Brandon? What's up? What's up, Brandon? What's up, my brother? Do you think that this loss could get Shane and Dable fired? Oh, if one of them doesn't get fired at the end of this disaster, I don't know what's going on. Football, ChatGPT, Alexa, college of Joe Shane and Brian Dable. Dexter to me will become the next Saquon, the best player, but nothing to show for. We got to trade him. I mentioned this before. I really have to consider trading Dex. Let's tear it down. You really do have to consider tearing it down. Will it probably happen? No, it won't happen. But you really do have to consider tearing it down at this point in time. Let me see here. Where are we at with the likes? According to this, we have 8 likes. We have 80. Well, we didn't hit 100. And I'm going to have to check out right now. My wife is texting me. I have to leave for Herbert. I want to thank everyone for coming in. I'm going to have to actually check out here. As Giant fans, please give us Sexy Dexy. Ignoring us, we would trade him there. Mr. Weaver says we should bench DJ because if he gets injured from not sliding, then we're really going to be fucked. There's no way they weren't going to tell him to slide feet first, not dive into the quarterback. Mr. Travis said, I am so excited about the Dodgers-Yankees series. Heard so many stories about it. Watched the videos on them I met. I hope my daughter will win because the COVID ones was not real for me. I hope they win too. I hope anyone wins. I don't care who wins. The Mets are out of it. As an Eagle fan, please give me Sexy Dexy. All right, guys, I'm going to check out. I got to go. I just wanted to jump on and do a stream today. I want to thank everyone for coming in. It's always been fun. Hit the like on the way out. There will be a video tomorrow. New Mint Mobile partner video coming up this week as well. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Also want to thank Yiso Fitness for coming in as a partner as well. We're going to have a video for them. And on October 28th, Monday Night Football, Steelers, Giants, Shannon Rose Bar and Grill, Clifton, New Jersey, 7 p.m. I will be live streaming from the bar. What could possibly go wrong? And that is one of my favorite lines. One of the wasted thing is wasted talents. That is one of my favorite lines actually from that movie. So make sure if you're in the area or not in the area, just come on down. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hang out with all the guys that are coming down. And as always, I want to thank everyone for coming in. This is Tim, the Straight Talk on Powered by Online Big Blue LLC. I want to drop in, drop out, and say thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace. I'm out of here, guys.